standing in the shower washing my hair one morning in November. As I came out of the shower, there was blood rolling down my face. And that was the first inkling I had that something was wrong on my head. A few days later, I went to the hairdresser to get my hair cut, and she told me that I needed to get something on my head looked at because it was looking nasty. And she showed me in the mirror, and it was the first time I'd seen it. And I came home and I contacted my doctor, made an appointment, and a couple of days later went to see him, and he told me that I had a cancer on my head and that I needed to get up to the hospital as soon as possible. He arranged it, and 2 weeks later I went to the hospital. They told me that it was not a mild cancer. 2 weeks later, the 23rd of December, I was up at the hospital, and there was a surgeon there to take a cancer that had tripled in size over 4 weeks off of my head. There was the thought there, what if it doesn't work? What if I'm not healed? All sorts of thoughts came into my mind. Is this the end? Many people were praying, but I found it difficult to pray for myself. I had to get to grips with God and come to a point where I could truly rest, knowing that whether I was healed or whether I was not healed, I was still going to trust in God. I had the operation, very traumatic. For 4 months, the wound was being dressed 3 times a week. And even the doctor, when he looked at it, he said, this is going to take a long time to heal up. And he said, I might have to get the scalpel and take some of the dry skin off of the edges of the wound, which absolutely petrified me. And on the Monday, he said, we'll do it on the Wednesday. He said, are you brave? I said, no. And he said, well, I'm going to have to do it. And then he said, we'll do it on Friday. Friday morning came round, and I was petrified, going up to the surgery, and he was going to get a scalpel and start taking some skin away from the edges of the wound. But it was right then that God gave us a scripture from Jeremiah that said that he would restore my health and that he would heal my wounds. We thought we knew all the scriptures, but we didn't know that scripture. It was a revelation to us. And we accepted that God was going to heal my wound. And I went up to the surgery, and they said, oh, some of that dead skin has already come off with the dressing. And so I didn't need that scalpel. But 4 months has gone by now, and God has heard the prayers of his people, and God has heard my prayers. And this week, or certainly by the time you see this, the dressing will be off of my head for good.